Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Candy Coated Conversations. It's your girl Candace here. And of course, I'm joined up here with some panelists. Y'all know Z Banger already, and you already know Tamika Heavy on the Scott are joining me up here. And I'm also going to be dropping the link so that anyone else who wants to join and add to the conversation can come on up. Tonight, you guys, no. Before I even get into this, let me thank you if you've already done it, and let me encourage you to do it now. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Oh, hey, Miss True is here. Girl, you look, you off today or what? Oh my goodness. You know what I love? Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Thank you for joining us again. Look, I always have my eye open, and I notice people, and I know that you joined us a couple of days ago, and thank you for coming back to join in the conversation. Don't contain yourself to the chat. I want to encourage everyone. We have an open panel; anyone can join. And so, if you feel like could add to the conversation or just want to come up, have some laughs, whatever we're doing at the time, please feel free to do so. Give me just a moment, you guys, because I am going to pin the link in the chat. That way, anybody that does want to join can. Now, today, some people may think, honestly, I think that we're getting away from it, which is the whole purpose of today's call, or, chat that we're having is how is your mental health? How is your mental health, you guys? And this is going to be the very first video that I have in my It Takes a series. Now, look, hey, I'm friends with everybody, but I am going to say off the bat with no reservations, my It Takes a Village series is going to be concentrating mainly on things going on in the Black community, things that we're dealing with, things that could use improvement, suggestions for said improvement, and just, to start discussion about things that, are affecting the Black community. I want to talk about it. I want to make sure that it's highlighted. So today's video is part one, our first little version of our It Takes a Village series. And I do want to put it out there, you guys, if you have anything that you feel like we should cover in our It Takes a Village series and you notice that we're not talking about it, reach out to me. You can reach me on Instagram, Candace907 to 210. Reach me there. Basically anywhere, Facebook, whatever, and let me know so we can include the topic, especially if it's something that you're personally going through or you may be struggling with and you don't feel like it's getting, once again, the attention it deserves. Let us know so we can talk about it, okay? Look, and I'll say this even too, we haven't created a name, but we touched on it. Also, let Banger know the same thing, okay? Let them know. So we're gonna have you covered anywhere in the Banger family. Okay. So now let me take a moment and say hello to everybody. Hey, Angel. Hey, Gangsta Granny. Hey, Tita.
Hey Angel, hey Gangsta Granny, hey Tita,
Yes. Hey, Evolving Media.
hey
It's all
Evolving.
it's all right for me to talk now. It's some
Yeah, you want
strict
to
rules
start?
over here. I know when I,
You
you
see,
know,
I was like, let me hush because she on the roll. I'm gonna
right.
just be
What you got?
quiet.
What you
Hey,
want to talk
everybody
about?
in the
What you want
chat.
to
No,
say?
no, I just want to say hey to everybody. I want to get a chance
Of
to say,
course.
Right?
Jump
I
hey,
was
on
like, okay,
in.
I think it's time to say hi.
Yes,
hey,
yes,
everybody.
yes. Hey, everybody. Hey, Angela. Let me go back here. Yes, I'm laying again.
Hey,
I gotta
heavy.
get
Hey,
what I
heavy.
need.
Hey,
I don't
big
tell you
bro.
what we need, y'all can't come through. Hey, voracious one. Let's see who else we missing. Who else we missing? Da, 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 da. Hey,
We
gold
got to.
digger, of course.
I think cousin Tammy in here. Go,
Hey, Miss True, once again. Glad to
Auntie
see you.
Audra.
Daniel, of course. Joni, welcome. Hey, just
Hey Miss
Audra. Hey,
True.
Coco. Hey, Babs. Hey, Lady Scorpio. Ooh, let's see who. Hey, Tammy. Hey, cousin. Yeah, that's my cousin. Like,
Hey
not my play
T.
cousin, my real life cousin. There we go. You know how
Baby
everybody be
Tola.
talking, oh, hey cousin. Look, no, that's my real life cousin. Hey Jewel. Okay. I
Hey
think we have
Britt
covered
Britt.
everyone. Hey Brit Brit. Okay. I think we have covered everyone. Let's get, hey, Jacqueline, almost missed you, girl. Yes. Okay. So let's get into our topic today, you guys. Now, I did quickly explain, the new series that we're going to have. But today's show specifically is I want to know, how is your mental health? And, honestly, some of the things that I see and promoted, here 2023, 2024, started, I'm very happy about, because it seems as if black people these days are addressing mental health issues, and either, hey, yeah, I take this, I take this, I take that, and I need it just to basically stay level, to stay sane, to deal with anything that I'm dealing with personally, you know what I mean? We've come a long way in the black community from ever even acknowledging that we even have any type of issues. Like, we're very much, contrary to what the world, or some parts of the world, will lead you to believe, we're very proud. And for the most part, and it still exists today, even though it's gotten better. I'm just saying it's gotten better. But it still exists today where, um, that is seen as a weakness in the black community. I mean, if you can't handle everything that life is throwing you and duck and dodge, and that's all that you need to do, you're kind of seen as that you're weak. Um, we're just at a place where a person can say, yes, I take a medication, you know, I need it. Or, yes, I got diagnosed. I have, bipolar disorder, or, I've been this, I have schizophrenia, or I have just anything. It can be something as, I have anxiety. Yes, this makes me anxious. This causes distress to me, when I'm put in this type of situation, and I find myself in these situations frequently, and so I need help. Or my job does this to me, and there's nothing I can do about it because that's my job. So I wanted to talk about how, um it's just being normalized, because it's no longer just a celebrity thing. But I also did want to touch on some of the people, that have publicly stated that they have mental health issues. Now, one person that you see on the thumbnail, you guys, is Kanye. And so, we all know, because it kind of happened publicly, um, with Kanye just going down the rabbit hole with his mental illness. Now, supposedly, they're stating, that he has bipolar disorder. And from what I'm getting, he does not like to have medication, which I can definitely understand that, because, when you're a creative person, and you rely on your creativity, just, it you live it, you breathe it, it's your livelihood, it's how you make your money. It's definitely understandable that you would not want to be medicated, because I have heard people, and even personally, I've had friends who say that, whose kids, are going, through things, and how the medication makes them feel, you know So, what do you? I want to take a minute. Hey, LA, let's heavy on the sky. What are
Yes.
your views on mental health in the Black community? You dealt with this issue. Have you ever felt this way yourself, or just what are your thoughts in general?
Mental health can be overlooked in the black community. So, like, to me, meaning overlooked, meaning like, when like we were kids and stuff, and like we used to cry, and then it's so hard to stop crying, but your parents used to be like, "Stop crying, stop crying, stop crying." That's a that's a case of mental health that can like be like build up, and then that could cause anxiety. Or say like if you're like talking and then like your parent will tell you to like shut up. You know that that will cause stuttering. I believe that's why me, Sade, and the rest of my siblings stutter because that's what we always was told, shut up. And we also, used to get like cut off. So all of that comes with like anxiety. How I feel about mental health is like it's really getting I don't want to say hectic. I want to say more heavier than what it was. I don't know why. Maybe because like of the like in like inflation in the world and things like that. But I really don't have no intake of it because I suffer from it, and that's meaning my mental health. I'm not crazy, crazy, but that's just meaning like my like anxiety and things
So let
like
me
that.
ask you, if
Mhm.
you say that you suffer from, because this is what I notice. A lot of times we'll self-diagnose ourselves. Do you actually have a diagnosis?
um, what you mean?
No,
Like did the
no,
doctor
this is
tell
the
me I
thing.
had
Yeah, did
anxiety?
the doctor tell you? Because see, this is part of breaking the stigma. Too many black people, I'm calling
Or
all of us
self
out.
medicate?
Well, exactly. Will self-medicate, will self-diagnose, and things that of that nature without ever going and speaking to a professional so that you can get properly diagnosed, so you can get on the proper medication, which that in itself, is a process. Getting something where, how I was just saying with, why Kanye probably doesn't want to take his medications, but maybe you just haven't found the right blend or mix of what you need to take for you in your body that doesn't make you feel like you're underwater or that your creativity is stifled. And so that's why I am specifically asking, because I want, are you self-diagnosed, or did you ever have that like epiphany one day and say, you know what, I am feeling like this, let me at least put it out there when I go to the doctor next time. You know what I'm saying? So what about you?
Yeah, so basically I've been on anxiety medicine for about before no, it was like after COVID. Like once my grandfather passed away, like my husband was like, I think that, like you need to go see like a therapist. So I went to my therapist and then that's when they put me on anxiety medicine because I couldn't sleep. When I say I couldn't sleep, I couldn't sleep. That and then that's what made me get on overnight shifts. So
Mhm.
yeah, I didn't self-diagnose myself. Everybody think that I did, but I really didn't. I really take medication. You can ask her that.
That's good. That's good that you knew enough that you needed to seek help about it. And that's really what it's all about. Like, especially since now we have the internet. How many of us have had the smallest thing happen to us and we get on Google and put our symptoms in and we have about 20 diagnoses and we have
Me.
ran ourselves crazy. But things of like this mental health, it's definitely not something to be played with, and I wanted to bring this up again. Like literally, I was even talking to Tamika about it, you guys, because I was just like, dang, I know we've talked about it loosely a little bit. I thought that we had a dedicated show like this tonight about it, but we didn't, because I went through all my videos, all my lives. I was like, okay, we've never, it's not a spinoff. So this is just the show. Hey Nikki, let's say hello to everyone coming in. Nikki, hey Nikki.
Hey,
Um,
Nikki.
somebody else came in, right? Or did I
Hey,
just miss
hey,
it?
everyone. Hey, everyone,
Yes.
everyone.
Okay, and look at this right
Hey,
here.
Miss Siobhan.
Evolving Media says, yeah, Evolving Media said, yeah, it took several different meds to get the right one for me. Yes, because I have heard people say that sometimes, you know, I think there's that little stigma, and let's be clear, a lot of times we can put the stigma on ourselves to where we aren't comfortable saying, yeah, I have some mental health issues. So
Hey, Shay.
sometimes it can be, hey Shay, sometimes it can be a stigma that we even put on ourselves to why we're not getting the help that we need, or you tried one thing, it didn't work, I'm not going back. I've heard it a million times. Oh, and this is something that we also need to get over. Um, Another thing that people will say, when they know they're having issues and they need someone to talk to when it comes to counseling. Oh no, I can't talk to anybody that's white. I don't want to talk to nobody that's white. I feel more comfortable if I can find a black therapist or something like that. Or, they just don't want to go, period. They don't want to, it to be known that they're talking to someone. When it's like, half the people, like, if you literally think about it, a lot of people that can be, in your circle are the issue that you're having. So you have no one to talk to if you don't reach out. And I know that sometimes you can feel like, first of all, we're all individuals. So even if you can't find a network of Black providers or people to talk to, right? That doesn't mean that somebody that's not Black can't relate. You have to just find the right person who you can communicate with. And that's really not going to come with a color, you guys. We're everybody, we're all different, we're all individuals, and you could find a white therapist, that uh vibes with you a little bit more than maybe the lady one suburban housewife with an office full of pictures of her kids or something like that. Maybe you just need someone a little different. So you should never let that deter you, even though I understand you want that certain level of comfortability, but you may not always get that. So I would hate to see or hear that there are people that are going untreated due to that reason alone. Okay. I'm gonna get to a couple of the comments and then we'll go to the rest of the panel. Okay, Shay also goes on to say that some of those meds made her more wanting to alive herself. Brittany says, I've been diagnosed with anxiety and prescribed medication for a little over a year now, but I only take it as needed. How does that work for you, Brittany? My
Yeah,
understanding
because
is
when
that you
I
kind of had
skip
to
it,
take it leveled off and things like that. I mean, how does that? Yeah, come on, if talk if you want to. Okay, Gold Digger said medication does have its ups and downs at times. I'm so grateful to have a doctor to call on behalf of my son who is autistic, and we're able to talk on Zoom or appointment. But the highs and lows are real with medication. Uh, did I miss? I know something was on the screen. Sade saying, to be honest, I still think like that. But when I look at my son and say he needs me more than anything, I think I'm missing a comment. Oh, here it
I
is.
just
I used
pinned
to
it.
take Thank you. I used to take medicine for my depression because I used to think about hurting myself for a lot of reasons. Okay, and then we had the that comment. Okay, I'm just going down so we catch up. Evolving Media said, been dealing with this since I left Catholic school. My world changed and had a hard time adjusting. Okay. Brittany says, I was also referred to a therapist and did sessions for 6 months. Okay. I think this is a continuation of a comment. Gangster Granny said, because sometimes it has to do with the world. That's why. Shay said, mental health is an everyday fight. Okay. Evolving Media said, it's a struggle finding someone I think she meant compatible with. And Brittany said, it works for me because I rarely get anxious, but when I do, it does help me mellow out. She says she has the lowest dosage, so it doesn't imbalance me. Uh, Audra said, I try not to focus on my anxiety. They, that, did you mean that could be a bad thing? I don't know. And Evolving Media said, if I miss my meds, I get to crying about any and everything. It sucks. Okay. All right, you guys. So, LA, have you ever had any what you now I mean, because sometimes you can get over that hump and then in hindsight you realize, man, I really was depressed. Because I'll tell you about my incident too. But
Mhm.
LA, have you ever dealt with any
Yeah,
mental health issues, anxiety, depression, anything like that?
I
And
I
how
have.
did you realize it and how did you deal with it?
Well, when I realized that it was, I work with a group of guys in security in the technical part of it, and there was actually a total of four of us, but three of the guys were buddy, 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 right?
Mhm.
So it seemed to me mentally, I thought they were sabotaging me. Okay, so
Mhm.
imagine going to work and you feel like every time you do something right, this group of people keep saying it's wrong, and then you find out it's actually right. So it's like they're playing games with you.
Oh yeah.
So I was doing this for 3 years with these guys, and
Mhm.
I didn't go to HR. I just would, sit and work. But mentally, what I was thinking, I just kept getting paranoid. Just looking at these guys like they smiling at me, like they playing. So I had to. It drove me into depression, and I didn't get any help until I left that
LA,
company.
let me ask you something real quick. This topic ain't getting too emotional for you because I keep hearing you sniffling. I'm wondering, is LA over here crying over?
Oh no! Well, my daughter cooked some what they call it excuse me, those salmon patties,
Uh-huh.
and it was. I went and got the wrong season. I got the Louisiana season, and it's real spicy. It's
I had to
got my
check on you, LA. I had to check on you, LA, because I said LA keeps sniffing.
the
I
salmon
said he ain't
croquettes.
over, I said he ain't over here crying on the memory of what happened or what.
No, it's the same thing you was doing, sniffing and shit about your cat.
Okay,
Yeah.
back to telling us what happened, LA. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, but the salmon croquettes, man, it's got me sniffing. You think I might be allergic to salmon?
You might push away from that table. Look, Miss True laughing at you.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Back to what we was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Yeah, but yeah, it drove me out. Once I, there I go again. Once I left the company, I went
Mm-hmm.
on and got some help, and it was so bad that they had to put me on some antidepressant medicine. But
Mm-hmm.
once I wouldn't take it, I still was in denial about medicine, and was working for a beautiful another company, and started feeling the same feelings. I was like, it's not them, it's me. So so I found out it was me. I'm the one that sabotaged my motherfucking self. But the medicine made me realize that it made me slow down, and rest, right? Because I didn't sleep. You know, I would,
Mm-hmm.
I would, come home, do 14 hours, come to the crib, sit up 3 4 hours on the internet, and then shoot to work. You know what I mean? And that drove me in depression. So yeah, mental health is a real thing, y'all. It's like your children. Then if you have a adult child,
Did anyone
you have
around you did Ann notice anything like when these things were happening to you and you were sinking into a depression? Was it
Mhm.
noticeable? Did she notice like
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
wrong with you?
yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean that's the beginning part. They always your mate friend always say, "Hey, what's going on with you?" That's the word, right? But we're in
Mhm.
denial. The first thing to come out, I'm like, "No, I'm okay," and you might snap a little bit, or and you might a little snappy, and they start taking it as you just got a bad attitude.
Mhm.
They ain't even looking at the mental part anymore. They're like, your family be like, we don't even need to fuck with you, or bother you or anything anymore. We tried everything, and you seem to be snapping at us. But I feel excuse me again, I feel as a human being, no color or
Mhm.
none of that. I feel that we are concerned about certain behaviors, right? And certain behaviors triggers other behaviors, either it's good, bad, right on time, off timing. It's just that it's like everything has an order, and it all has to go in all in one order for everything to go right. To say that you got it all together, but
Mhm.
we all struggle to get to that point in life. But all
Yeah.
we have to do, sweetheart, is just this medicine that they're giving me, and some of the others are probably got the same medicine that make us chill out a little bit to hit our brakes and make us think before we move forward.
Yeah, because you know what? It's crazy that you say that because um I know I was on somebody's show. I know it's over Banger or somewhere, more than likely. But y'all watch the replays. But I know we were talking about something, and we were discussing um how much the issue is of people just taking their life in their own hands. Um and we know that that stems from mental health issues when you have those type of thoughts. And so even for, we definitely never want anyone to ever get to that space because of unchecked mental health issues and people not recognizing that it's mental health issues. Because think about like everybody in the chat and everything, think about everybody that you have in your life. Like if you really were having like a breakdown and just were sad, and maybe you didn't even know that you why you were sad or what the reasoning was. Maybe you do. Do you have someone around you that is supportive, that is actually going to listen if you come saying, like, if you went, I'm gonna go around banger. If you went to your closest friend and say, I just feel like I'm losing my mind, would they take you serious and try to dig deeper? I mean,
Not nah. They wouldn't believe me. They probably think it's a joke. Honestly, if I did that, yeah.
like if you really like if you went to and see, and I'm asking you about your closest friends, like if you came to them, Tamika, if you went to your closest friend and say, I think I'm losing my mind, what are they gonna say to you? What do you think they would say?
She will say, "Bitch, shut the fuck up. What is wrong with you? Like, cheer the hell up. This is not you." Like, she will get me in my shit. Like, she won't. I don't know. I would think that's what she would say because that's what she always say.
But isn't that diminishing your feelings or what you have going on?
It
Hey,
does. That's why I don't call her.
Rich.
Hi,
Exactly.
Rich.
Okay,
Are
Misfit.
you
Uh,
rich?
okay, I'm gonna ask you about that, but give us what's your take on, or what's your opinion about, black people and mental health? Do you think it's changed from how it used to be? How it used to be very closed topic. No one wanted to admit that they needed help with anything because
I think it's
you would
changed
appear crazy.
because
Hmm.
we're as a people are basically trained to be strong at all fucking times. Like emotion is a
Right.
weakness, and so when you
Hmm.
go to actually telling about how you feel, people come at you with the shut the fuck up, I don't believe you, or whatever, something like that. But it don't be the moment for that. And I think we put each other in worse mental spaces when we do that. I get it. It's like, well, that's them. We know we even to the point where that's them. That's just how they do. No, no, we need to change. We need to change because we are our own worst enemies when it comes to our mental health.
Hmm. And the thing of it is, it's like at the end of the day, if you really do have something going on and you seek help for yourself, that's a strength. That's a positive. That should never, under any circumstances, be misconstrued as a weakness. Because especially if you notice it for yourself, like you don't have some type of mental break or anything like that, to where people have to take notice of you. And the thing of it is, I'm so sorry. Why I look down at my screen and I want to say something to Rich, talking about work cool, just tired as hell. Where was you at? What work was you at? I thought the bridge, you do the bridge work at nighttime, late nights. Rich just made me laugh. Plus, I had to play with him. I ain't seen him in a couple days. But yeah, so you know, just summarized to say that is a plus to me. Now, did I may have missed something. I wanted to see. Voracious said they would not believe me, which is a problem. Oh, which if you told your friends, everyone could call me, and I don't have the same luxury. Now, that's the messed up thing about. I've been in that position. I have
Exactly.
been in that position.
I'm
I have
always
been
in
Exactly.
in
that
it,
position.
Facts.
and it is. And the thing of it
Facts.
is, when you need something or you're going through something, like I will say this about myself. Like I have to be in a corner, really cornered, where I have to reach out before you would know anything is going on with me. And then you're gonna be like, oh dang, what the hell's going on? But you will be shocked. But it's like, yeah, it's just like when I'm dealing with something, I before I would have to I have to try everything in my head to work it out myself. I'm not the type that if something's going down that I have to, and this is no reflection if certain people are like this, because I realize everybody's different. Some people, when they have an issue, they have to, bounce ideas off of someone, but I'm very much like, I'm gonna be in my head working it out. Okay, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah, I know that
a-
I will be the best one for the
and
Self
I'm gonna try.
sufficient.
situation.
Self
Mhm.
sufficient. I
Right.
mean, some people don't have that within them, and
Mhm.
What do you mean?
Like,
You
I think he
you
mean
said
like some people, they like need to have other people to basically motivate them up. Like, like they don't need other people advice as much as, others, if that makes sense.
I don't get it when it comes to this though, because even a superhero needs a superhero.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, okay, so I could piggyback off of Candy because when I go through things, I basically go through them within myself, which means I would cut off the world and I would just, self I call it self reflecting. Because I know that if I call somebody else, what type of advice can they give me that I can't give myself? I know myself. I may give them a version that I don't want them to know of me. So I'm not even giving them the whole full story of me. So why do that when I could do it myself? Like I could do that myself, especially if you know yourself, you could do that yourself.
yeah, yeah, you just like you work through everything in your mind, and if possible, like you may not even know anything was going on with me until after it's over and done, and I tell you, girl, this is what I was dealing with. That because that's usually how this is what I was over here dealing with this, da 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 da, but I'm straight, and you'd be like, dang, you didn't, call me, you didn't tell me, but I will try to work it out and get everything fixed and move forward. Just like Rick said, self-sufficient. But Tamika, you do have someone to fall back on,
Yeah, my husband.
though. That's right. You see how I shouted you out, Donovan?
Too bad I got my earplugs in.
Okay, so what we talking about in these comments? So Rich said, it's about the approach. Your close friends know how you speak and they will support you. Which is Bruce said, which Bruce knew what I was talking about. She said, I do the same, Candy. Yep. 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 Let me go. I'm scrolling up, you guys, seeing what we see. Gold Digger said, I'm glad we have this family where we can express ourselves without judgment. We're here for you and praying for you. Keep praising him, Day Day. And I'm going up, so we're going to get to Day Day, you guys. Okay. Miss True said, I have always been in that position and I just started falling back. I think, is this in regard to what basically being a strong friend. And that's something to be said because you know what, y'all don't even know how you can. You guys ever have friends or family that a lot of times
Adds pressure.
adds that pressure, like literally they contribute to your bad mental health because like for instance if they call, you know they're going to call you with a situation or they're going to be a downer or they need you, and it could be the same person that's all the time. Like I'm not talking about the regular, occasional somebody needs you, da da da, but there are people when you're like, ugh, what did they do now, what's going on now? And seriously, sometimes that does add to your mental health, and it can be people that you love, and it's like, dang, you don't know that you're driving me crazy. Like literally, you could be part of my anxiety. So yeah, can you guys hear me? I'm not quite sure. Or we doing the what's that y'all say, the mannequin
Mannequin
challenge?
challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I could hear you. I could hear you.
yeah, we
I
could hear
can't.
you.
Okay. But yes, you always have to you always have to check on your strong friends too. They always say that, but you definitely have to make sure you check on your strong friends too, because while they're always there for everybody else, you never know when they're struggling, and then when you find out, you be like, dang, I didn't even know you was going through all that. It's like, dang, I never had a chance to tell you because we always talk about your issues. That's you know what I'm saying? Y'all know that? So
Most
that is what
definitely.
here's you.
Like you got
Exactly.
your own shit going. Like you had called me for your shit. You think I want to tell you my shit because you can't help me with mine if I gotta help you with yours.
Hell yeah, cause
Yep.
she.
The blind leading the blind. Hey, Nicole Crowder, glam up.
Hey Nicole.
Hello. Welcome, welcome.
Hey T.
But no,
Hello, hello, chat.
I'm just glad we're having this talk. Now, let me ask you guys this. Like I said, I'm glad we're having this talk.
Come
So,
on.
are there any of you that in the chat and on the panel
Mm-hmm.
that, okay, yeah, I don't have no official diagnosis, but I do make sure I smoke me a little weed every day. I do make sure I
Mm.
pop me an edible every
I
day.
do take my
It,
edibles,
it,
especially when
it
I'm on my way to
feels
work.
good. Helps me stay
Yeah, that
level.
sounds like a
So
neighbor of
are
mine.
y'all doing that? How many people are doing that
I am taking
here and in the
edibles.
Mm.
okay?
I
You
don't
know what?
want to talk.
I have recently discovered edibles. I have recently discovered
So why
edibles.
you think you just recently discovered edibles? Because you said that's a coping thing, right?
Well,
Yeah,
you know
she
what?
did.
But you know what?
I do. Oh,
Who knows? It might be delayed. I think I heard y'all talk about them so damn much. I wanted to try some,
there you go. Peer pressure.
Yeah,
and
I was
I
about to
will
say, and
say,
that's the answer.
She always
yeah,
try to
they're
put me
good.
on somebody
They're
else.
good.
She
They're
knows
good
I
for.
had one before she met us.
I never had. Look, I'm gonna honestly
She
tell
did.
you. For the
Yeah.
longest time, for the longest time, I had only tried weed one time, right? Then I tried it a second time. That was, I don't know if my cousin is still here, but that was, I don't know what holiday that was on. But I was out at
Uh,
her house with my little cousin Marquis.
yeah.
But that was the second time I ever tried weed, right? And then
She said,
um yeah, like honestly, like weed because it stinks. I find that it
"Gun,
really stinks. I find that it really, really stinks. So
what?
now
Reefer.
edible, I rock with. Is that they call it reefer? I
The
remember that
Reefer.
name.
stinkier the better,
I
Candy.
remember
The
back in the
stinkier the
day.
better.
Nobody on this panel or out in the chat ever seen Reefer.
Oh,
I'm,
but you know what? Speaking of reefer or edible, I
I
want
think
you
only one
guys to
Gangsta
try.
Granny is about the only one I know that got a gold pack of Reefer.
Yeah, whatever reefer, Mary Jane, whatever kind of name they got. But I want you guys put it in the chat. Are you guys taking? Will you admit? Look, it's just us. will you admit that you are taking it for a little bit of mental health reasons?
Yeah.
Yeah, for my anxiety, yes, I am. Or
It's
like
definitely
my
medicinal,
or
for real.
or my insomnia, because insomnia, that is part of mental health, either when you can't sleep or like it's hard to go to sleep. So yeah, that's why I mainly take them too, to put me down for a little bit.
What my therapist said would be a very good thing for me, and
Ooh,
that
LA, we
way,
gotta be nosy. Do you see a therapist? How long have you been seeing a therapist, if you don't mind sharing? But you might as well. It's just us. It's only
I've been
us.
seeing, I've been seeing Mary Jane for so long that
Oh, that's the therapist, Mary Shay.
I'm
Oh.
crying.
Ooh,
Shoot.
Angela, I found a place that I ordered online. I'm gonna let you know who.
Order what?
And because Angela said I don't smoke, but I would like to try edibles.
Yeah, edibles,
Oh
Jeff.
yeah.
You might as well smoke. I'm telling you, because edibles
Mm.
will fuck you up.
I
You'll
like
find
the
you.
ones I have.
Yeah, you
Rich
must only
said
got how many
Rich
grams you
said
got.
the Bible is my therapy. Rich, can you get up on the panel? Click the link and come on up. It's pinned
Yeah,
at the
come on,
top.
man. Pull up
Because
your
I
regular
do. We
car
have
and
LA up here.
sit up on the
And
bridge
while
with
he's
us.
trying to see if he can come up, hopefully he because I definitely want to talk about men because a lot of us women will move forward with things, but I definitely want men, black men especially, to know that it's okay to seek mental health assistance or seeks
Yes,
therapy
yes.
if you need someone to talk to. Nobody wants no dang angry man. Come on now. Now, and I also did want to say, I said I was gonna say how you know, I'm not gonna say I ever diminished anyone's feelings or anything like that. Had they ever came to me and said that hey, depression is a real thing until I experienced it. I did experience like um depression, like it was just I don't know. I think I was just going through a lot of things personally and trying to
Yeah.
navigate a lot of things and and I really was depressed and I really didn't I mean I came out of it and worked it, how I was just saying shit. I'm gonna work shit out, but like took a minute, but that's when I knew like when I couldn't get through the day, like I always kind of felt like I was on the verge of crying. Um
Mhm.
all I really wanted to do was just sleep. I would
Right.
drag into work 'cause I knew I had to come. But yeah, I experienced depression. And then I started learning about natural remedies and things like this. And here
Mm.
at this point, of course, at this point, nobody's talking about, oh, you can go to a doctor if you feeling depressed and this and that, blah blah.
Yeah.
But but just doing a little research on my own, that's when I learned about St. John's wort and things like that and natural
Mm.
things, because St. John's wort is they say it's nature's Prozac. So if you want more natural alternatives, you know, um, uh, just to feel good, feel level, stuff like that. My advice to you is it really does work. Like I went through my little depressing phase and I didn't know anything about that. So I just kind of made it through. And then later on, I found out about this. And then I
Mhm.
was able to implement it when I had those type of
Yes.
feelings again. So I kind of
Right.
made it a habit of just that was like my vitamin.
Listen.
I'm taking
Yeah.
milk, St. John's wort. And then there are several others that actually do work as well, like kava
Uh,
kava. And there's another one. The name's gonna have to come to me, but a lot of the natural remedies do work. Not to deter anyone, of course, from seeking something a little bit, from a professional that can help you, especially depending on the severity of what you're going through. Like if you don't go unchecked and you have schizophrenia and you just blowing up and having these angry bouts and stuff like that and you don't even know why. It's like, come on, at a certain point you have to know within yourself, okay, something's not right and you have to seek help.
Correct.
So and then the first time, and I only did it for a short while, you guys. Is I
Well, like
did
6 months.
get professional help and get I forget, it was a medication. It was just a medication for you know, feeling anxiety or whatever. And I can't remember what it was, but this is when, we were heavy with the war in Iraq. And, I've told a lot of people I'm one of three, and my baby brother got sent to Iraq. And so I really wasn't kind of dealing with that well. And so I did seek help about that
Hmm.
because I was, very depressed about, my baby
I
brother
would.
getting
So
sent
I
over there.
would.
So I definitely am an advocate of figuring it out and not, even if you suffer in silence to where you're doing the homework yourself, at least do the homework and see what you can do to help yourself. If that's the only thing that anybody takes from, our call today and listening, is just like, literally, even if you are sitting there in silence and you don't want to reach out to anybody about it, you can, Google is a wonderful thing, and you can seek treatment, seek help, and see what you can do, to make yourself feel better if you need to. Um, look, a lot of times you got to be your own best friend. Look and see. Let's see. Crystal
That's
says,
one,
I take
that was one of
Prozac
my
for
favorite
anxiety and
songs. Oh, I'm
depression,
sorry.
and then you got to take it. You got, if it's gonna help you, and like I was saying earlier, I hate for anybody to have any mental health issues that go unchecked, and then it it has an even more adverse effect. For instance, you end up hurting someone else, or any type of self harm, because a lot of times, you know, there are some people that can just trudge through life in that state and they will make it through, and there are others that it gets to be too much. And so, it never has to get there. It's basically my
Right, Candy. Because I've
right.
had a friend that went there, and I ain't never recovered from it. You feel me?
Wow. Did your friend,
And it- and,
okay,
and so
did they ever either, were there ever any hints, even in hindsight, or did
yes,
they ever come to you and say,
yes,
"Hey, I'm feeling like this"? What happened?
yes. And I was able to, the first time I was able to be there because I was this was before I went off to college, and I was
Mhm,
able to be there, and you know, be a ear and be a comforter, like, no, you gotta, because he had lost his uncle, and he
mhm,
took it real hard because his uncle was like his father to him. You feel me? And so, when that being said, I don't know what was going on between him and his baby mama, but some stuff went down between him and his baby mama that caused him to even forget the fact that he had to live for the ones that he lost. Because right after he lost his uncle, he he lost his uncle's brother. So it was like tragedy after tragedy for him. And I know that's a lot to take on. And
yeah,
so I'll never forget the last time I actually spoke to him. I was home from college, like on a break or whatever, and he called, but by the time I was able to get to where he was, because he wanted me to come see him, he was gone, and that was the last time I talked to him. The next phone call I got concerning him was that he actually went on ahead and did it.
mm, mm,
So
mm,
yeah, so that's why I do take mental health um very serious when somebody's saying that they're down. I do feel people's vibes and everything. And shoot, I deal with shit myself. Like you said, everybody comes to me, but I reach out to people when they don't even say anything to me because I sense it. And so that's a lot. That's a whole lot to deal with. And so it's a daily process. It's a daily process. I'm always trying to save the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always like telling people pop their shit, smile, and realize that whatever light or whatever gifts is inside of them is greater than what the bullshit that life throws at them. to try to stop them from shining their light. You feel me? Cause
Mhm.
that's some real shit. That when you said that, that's some real shit.
I'm just posting up some of the comments, you guys. Angela says Wellbutrin, and I can't pronounce that next. Oh, Xanax. I can say that one. Are also for depression and anxiety. I'm wondering if what I took was Xanax with my brother. Hmm. Okay, Witches Bruce said I have taken medication since I was 19 for panic attacks, for anxiety, panic attacks, and depression. I have also done therapy. Okay. Gold Digger said, don't smoke weed or take edibles. But over the years, I spend a lot of time in prayer and take time with my thoughts to sort them out. Do other things like walking and landscaping to channel my energy. And that's important as well. Sometimes you just have to give yourself a mental break so that things don't become overwhelming. And that's honestly the best thing. I mean, if you can, you know, here's the thing with some things, and I know this is probably going to come out wrong, but I'm definitely going to try to clear up my intention. But a lot of times there are, I'll use this as an example, and this is dealing with mental health. People, want to unalive themselves and things of this nature, right? You can be a kid that's 19 years old and you feel like your heart's broken. I'm never going to meet anyone ever again, right? I don't want to be here anymore. I can't live without you, you know. But in this person's moment, this is what they really feel. They feel like this is the most important thing that they could ever possibly go through, and that life is coming to an end. And so I'm basically using that as an example to say that there are some people that do go through some things that other people, when they hear them, they say, "Oh my God, that's so minimal that really can be worked out. It's not even something that you should concentrate on too much. It's so easily fixed." But there are some people that act like they can't navigate those type of things or conversations, or they feel like you're diminishing the way that they're feeling. Like, you don't know how I feel about this person, because things like that, for the example. But it, and that can be hard on their mental health when you're dealing and making things that are small situations very big situations, not
Hey,
realizing
Truth.
that it's really not anything that can be worked out. Okay, let's put this one up. Rich says most Black folks were raised in survival mode, so mental health issues are a part of our daily upbringing. Finish there. Yep.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yep. Even if it comes to, um just to add to Rich's comment, even if it comes to, you may not even know if you're, like, depending on your situation, your environment, imagine how it is on your mental health to not know where you're going to be living, day to day, month to month, week to week, you know depending on your living situation. Think about how that can mold your mental health state when you don't have the basics. Like, there are so many things that, you know, um, some people feel like you have to go through the worst of the worst of the worst to have mental health issues. Like, oh, it got to be a reason they crazy. And the thing of it is, it can be something as, and it's not small. I'm not diminishing this, but it can be. I don't know where my next meal is coming from day to day. Isn't Ain't that enough to make you have mental health issues?
That is.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't that enough to make you have mental health issues if you are dealing with various issues? You may have a parent that's on drugs, just anything. And then some things, and it's hard to, when you get yourself into a certain space, it's hard to decipher what's huge and what's small. you know, because it just all seems intensified. So let's see. Gold Digger says, yes, Candy. The moment can be like an ocean that is swallowing you up. It can be very magnified to the person going through it at that intense moment. And that's what ends up happening. And that's why I'm hoping that everyone has someone they can reach out to. That's a very sad and sobering thought that there are some people that really, and I don't know if it's to their doing, but sometimes I don't think it is, that don't have anybody to reach out to. Like literally don't have anyone that they can pick up and call if they just need an ear. So yeah, there's that.
This was right on time.
Right on time. It is. Okay.
I don't know
Now,
what God, was the universe was dealing with you to pull this out today. Cause when I tell you on time, Candy, you on more time for real. I appreciate you
what
having
happened? Let's talk about it. What happened? Why is it on time for you today? You going
because
through something?
yeah, I mean for y'all that know, because since I know this ain't a member, so I don't really want to go into the details behind it. But ever since the episodes had start happening, Candy,
Mm-hmm.
um, I haven't been sleeping, and that's been months. That's been since last year because
Mm-hmm.
I've been like on guard, on alert, on go because even though I'm not a medical person, my medical whatever in me has been activated over the past couple of months. For y'all that don't know, so long story short, another episode happened today, and I guess it just triggered me. You know how when you say trigger, it just triggered
Mm-hmm.
me, and it just all came back overwhelming on me at one time. Because I was like, I thought I was free from having to be on guard like that. I thought I could rest, thought I could finally get some actual sleep. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like that's not the case. Because hey, it happened again today. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of emotional about it, but at the end of the day, nothing's greater than the Most High, and I know He got it, and He got me too. So I
Okay.
do,
Well, I'm
I
gonna
do
say
believe
this.
I need to get some like help, like I was saying, like a therapist.
Yes. Especially because I mean that can be very traumatic, for someone to be dealing with seizures, especially when the first one happened and you not knowing when you need to jump and be on guard and you know, just to be there for somebody. But it would also help you too is do you have any people in the area, your extended family, his family, that can assist you to take some of that stress off of you so that your mental health isn't at an all-time high?
Um, yes and no. So but yeah, it's more so me.
Well, well,
It's more so with me.
definitely reach out to the yeses. Definitely. Well, but you know what? Don't you never can put yourself in a position where you're gonna be down and out yourself. Like, if depression and anxiety overtakes you, w- where is that gonna leave the situation?
That's
Both
real.
parties, both parties down.
That's real.
So you
And
have to,
yeah,
and the thing of it is, let me tell you, people, when you take care of yourself and do the things for you that you need or just look out for you, people will try to take that as you being selfish, especially if they benefited from you always being there for them. Even if it's not giving you something, let's be very clear. When you have someone that is always in your ear about their problems, their issues, and things like that, that definitely takes a toll on you.
right. You're right.
Yeah, it
Because I've
takes a
been on
toll
that
on.
end too. So yeah, I get that. You're right.
Yeah, especially if you care about people, like literally, you'll take their problems on as your own, and it can literally not even have anything to do with you, and it'll have you up at night until the situation's fixed or solved, and you're just wearing yourself to death. People don't. Well, I'm not. I was actually gonna about to say. I was about to slip and say people don't know what they do when they come to you like that, but honestly, I think they do.
Right. Because I'm really catching it on both ends, not just with that. Like with my friend, she's
Mhm.
going through something too that's very traumatic that
Mhm.
I can't even talk about. So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, like that strong friend. Like that's why I say a superhero need a superhero too sometimes. And yeah, I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate this live because it definitely was right on time.
Yep, you got to take care of you. You got to take care of you and your mental health, especially if you do have a small circle. If you are one of those people that has a small circle, you definitely have to take care of yourself in every way because a lot of times, if you fall or you stumble, it's like, if you really are feeling like I'm not going to have that many people that are there to pick me up the way that I need to be lifted up, when I need somebody, you definitely have to stay on top of just taking care of you. And that
You're
includes
right, Candy.
mental health, in any type of aspect. Because, if you go down, there you go.
Right, right. And I've been dealing with this since college. It's like when I'm gonna wake up, right? But yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hmm.
Like as far as being that strong person, and then realizing in the end when da da da, it's not there for me, in return when I need it. But yeah,
Hmm.
so you're right.
Reciprocity, it's a beautiful thing, and you have to acknowledge it, and it's important. So really, I just want to make sure that we're all having a conversation about it, that you are checking on your friends, checking on your loved ones, checking in on the person that is your go-to person. If you have a go-to person in your life, obviously you felt that person was so special that they are your go-to person. So imagine how many other people in that person's life feel like they are their go-to person as well. So imagine you're the go-to person, right? For everybody. Think about that. Think about, okay, dang, I know I called this homegirl 5 times this week about my BS. Let me reach out, let me ask her, is she okay? Let me call her specifically to ask not about me, but let me ask if she's okay. So as long as we're just sparking the conversation, even as casual as it is, that's where it starts. Let me point out, I know a lot of people in your insurance plans, you actually can have virtual sessions with a counselor. So if you need that, look into it. But there are so many ways to get the help you need. And like I said earlier in the show, if you were having reservations because, oh, I would try therapy, but only if I could talk to somebody black or, Hispanic or something like that. Look, a skilled person is going to be a skilled person and will take themselves out of the equation and make you feel comfortable enough that regardless if you come from, various ends of the life spectrum and how you grew up, they can sit and listen to you with an unbiased ear. So don't give up on that because I hate to hear, um, people just throwing that to the wayside when there are qualified people. Sometimes you just have to try different ones to find who is a good match for you. So let's just spark the conversation, you guys. Um, leave your comments in the comment section, give the video a like, and I hope you have your notifications on because I think from what Benga said that he is starting the show.
Yep,
Now I'm getting
you did. I think
confused.
that's what he
Or what?
said.
Or is it Coco? I'm getting confused. Put
I
y'all's
think
alerts
Coco
on.
started at 9, but I didn't get any alert yet.
Okay, okay. Coco may have. Is she having? Is it a show or Twitch? It may be
It's a
Twitch.
Twitch.
Okay, Coco is going to also have a Twitch, so we have to hop over there. I don't know if she's catching up on the Six Side and the Baddie show, but and Bang is going to have a show too. So make sure your alerts are on, and we will see you guys next show, which is probably tomorrow, same time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, but it may be later because it's Friday, y'all. All right. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate everybody who joined the panel to give their feedback. And look, mental health is real. Take yours seriously.
Yes. Bye,
There you
everyone.
go.
Bye, everybody.